Consider the question number 4.8 in your NCERT textbook. 3 girls skating on a circular ice ground of radius 200 meter start from the point P on the edge of the ground and reach a point Q diametrically opposite to P following different paths as shown in the figure. What is the magnitude of the displacement vector for each? For which girl is this equal to the actual path length of the path skate? So see the picture. So there are 3 girls who skate within this circular ground. So girl A skate in this path to reach Q, C in this path to reach Q, B she skate in a diametrically from P to Q. Then what is the magnitude of the displacement? They are asked what is the magnitude of the displacement. What is displacement? It is the shortest distance between the 2 points. Okay, shortest distance between the 2 points, whatever may be the path they have taken. So we have to consider the shortest distance from P to Q, that is the displacement. Okay, so that for the 3 girls, PQ is the displacement. For the 3 girls also, for each girl, the PQ is the displacement. Okay, so therefore, the magnitude of the displacement for each girl, that is mod PQ, that is diameters of the ground. Okay, therefore, what is the magnitude? What is the radius? The radius is given as 200 meter. Then what is the magnitude of the PQ? That is 2 times the radius. So the PQ equal to 2 times the radius, that is 2 into 200, 400 meter. Okay, so then see the question, second part. Which girl is this equal to the actual length of the path of the skate? Okay, so for which one the displacement equal to the path length? It is clear from the figure that for the girl B, the path length as well as displacement both are equal. Okay, but for the girl A as well as girl C, path length is more than the displacement. So that answer is B. So the girl, okay, so see the answer here. The actual path length in the case of girl B is the least, that is equal to the displacement vector. For girls A and C, the actual path length is not equal to the diameter, Okay, so therefore, for girl B, the path length is equal to displacement. Okay, so this is the answer. See the question number 4.9 in your NCERT textbook. A cyclist starts from the center of a circular park of radius 1 kilometer, reaches edges P of the park, then cycles along the circumference and returns the center along QO as shown in the figure. If the round trip takes 10 minutes, what is the net displacement? What is the average velocity? What is the average speed of the cyclist? We need to find out these 3 things. So to understand the question clearly, just see the picture. So here, this is a circular park. Okay, so with the radius OP. Okay, so the cyclist starts his journey from O, okay, and reaches P radially outward. Okay, then along the circumference he reaches the point Q. Afterwards, once again he comes inward or to the point O radially inward. Okay, so this is the diagram. So we need to find what is the total displacement. The first question is what is the net displacement? Since the initial and final positions are same, okay, so therefore x2 minus x1 both are will be same, therefore the net displacement is 0. Here x2 and initial and final position both are same, therefore the net displacement is 0. Okay, that is the answer what you have to write for the question number A. See here, because initial and final positions of the cyclist are same, hence the net displacement of the cyclist is 0. Next one, we need to find average velocity. So what is average velocity? That is net displacement by total time taken. So average velocity equal to net displacement by total time taken. It is clear once again that the net displacement is 0, but there will be a time interval, but since the net displacement is 0, the average velocity is also 0. Okay, so what is the answer for the question number B? Once again it is 0. Okay, so see here, since the net displacement of the cyclist is 0, therefore its average velocity will also be 0. Now we need to find out the third question. Okay, what is the third question? See, average speed of the cyclist. We have to find out average speed of the cyclist. To find average speed, we need total path length. Okay, so what is the radius? The radius in this question it is given 1 kilometer, and total time taken is 10 minutes. Okay, clear. So radius is 1 kilometer, total time is 10 minutes. So just remember in this diagram, OP is nothing but 1 kilometer. The radius is 1 kilometer. Okay, therefore the total time taken for a strip is 10 minutes. Okay, so now we can solve. So what is the total distance? Therefore, to find the net speed, we need total distance or total path length. So we need OP, then we need PQ, then we need QO, the distance. Okay, it is clear that OP is the radius, that is 1 kilometer. Then once again QO is the radius plus 1. Now what is this distance? P to Q. Okay, so we should know the circumference. What is the total length of the circle? Circumference, that is 2 pi r. Okay, so from P to Q, okay, if you divide it 4 times means it is 1 by 4th of the circumference. Therefore, what is the distance P to Q? That is 2 pi r by 4. This is the distance. Now we can solve the problem very easily. Okay, see here, the total distance covered is OP, O to P, then P to Q plus PQ plus QO. Okay, so what is O to P? That is the radius. Then what is P to Q? That is circumference by 4, that is 2 pi by 4. Then what is once again Q? That is radius. Okay, so now we can substitute. Okay, what is OP? 1 kilometer. Then what is 2 pi r by 4? No, 2 pi by 4. So write 2 as it is. Pi value is 22 by 7. R is 1. Then 4. Okay, clear. Then plus R. What is the radius? That is once again 1. Clear. So the radius is 1. Then substitute for 2 pi r. 2 into pi into r, that is 1 by 4. Okay, clear. Then r value is 1. If you solve this, you will get 25 by 7 kilometer. Then what is the average speed? Average speed is total distance covered by total time taken. Okay, they have given the total time taken, that is 10 minutes. We found what is the total distance, that is 25 by 7 kilometer. Okay, so substitute. Total distance is 25 by 7. Then what is total time taken? That is 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes. You can convert it into hour. Just divide by 60. So 10 minutes by 60 minutes. You can convert it into hour. That is 1 by 6, 1 by 6. If you solve, so the denominator will become reciprocal and it is multiplied with the numerator thing. So 25 by 7 into 6. So 27 by 7 into 6 by 1. Okay, 6 by 1. Just reciprocal multiply it, you will get this answer. So 150 by 7 kilometer per hour or 21.43 kilometer per hour. So this is the required result. Question number is 4.10. On an open ground, a motorist follow a track that turns to his left by an angle of 60 degree after every 500 meter. Starting from a given turn, specify the displacement of the motorist at the third, sixth and eighth turn. Okay. Compare the magnitude of the displacement with the total path covered by the motorist in each case. So to understand the problem easily, consider this picture. A motorist starts its journey at O. Okay, he starts in a straight line. Okay, after reaching 500 meter, that is after reaching at O. So what is the distance from O to A? That is 500 meter. After reaching at A, he takes 60 degree towards his left. Okay, he takes a turn 60 degree towards his left side. This is the angle 60 degree. Okay, so from O to A, he takes, instead of going in the straight line, he takes 60 degree turn towards his left hand side. Okay, so after traveling up to 500 meter, that is from A to B, what is the distance? 500 meter. So the distance is 500 meter. Okay, after reaching at the point B, once again, instead of going in a straight line, he takes 60 degree towards the left. It takes a turn. Okay, it takes the left turn. So once again, from reaching from B to C, that is 500 meter. What is the distance? 500 meter. Once again, it takes, instead of going in a straight line, it takes 60 degree left turn. Okay, so in the same manner, he continues up to D, takes 60 degree turn. Then from E, it takes 60 degree turn. Okay, it is clear from the picture that it is nothing but a hexagonal structure you are getting. Okay, like this path, hexagonal path. Okay, there are 6 sides. Each side is nothing but 500 meter. We need to find what is the displacement at third, sixth and eighth turn, and as well as we have to compare with the path length also. Compare these all the 3 with the path length also. So you know the displacement is nothing but shortest distance between the initial and final position. Therefore, for the third turn, for the first case, third turn, what is the displacement here? What is the third turn? From O to A, it takes first turn. Then at B, it takes second turn. Then at C, it takes the third turn. Therefore, the third turn is nothing but C. Initial position was O. Okay, therefore, this line gives the displacement. It is the shortest distance between the initial and final position. So we need to find the magnitude of OC. To find the magnitude of OC, let us draw a straight line OB. Then we get this right angle triangle. So what is the right angle triangle? OBC. Okay. So we know the Pythagorean equation. Here hypotenuse is OC. Therefore, OC square must be equal to OB square plus OC square, or OC equal to under root OB square plus BC square. Okay. So we know the value for BC. That is 500 meter. But we don't know the length of OB. Okay, we don't know the length of OB. So, but we know the length of OA as well as length of AB. That is 500 meters. But we don't know the length of OB. So what you have to do? Just split this vector OA into two components. Okay, that is where the angle comes. You can write that is OA cos 30. So So this line, this vector is nothing but, what is vector? That is OF. OF is nothing but, then what is OF? Is nothing but OA cos 30. Remember this, OA cos 30. Clear? Understood? So just resolve OA into two components, that is OF, and another is horizontal component. What is the angle here? The angle is 30 degree. Therefore, OF is nothing but OA cos 30. OA cos 30. Similarly, in the same manner, okay, we don't know what is BF. What is BF? So just resolve into two components. Which one? We know AB or BA. We know AB. Resolve into two components. One is horizontal component, another is vertical component. What is the angle here? 30 degree. Therefore, if this is BA or AB, means this must be AB cos 30. This must be AB cos 30. AB cos 30. Clear? So what is FB? That is, if this is AB, means this is AB cos 30. If OA, this vector is OA, means this is OA cos 30. OA cos 30. Okay. Therefore, you can substitute instead of OB, you can split. You can split as like this. OB is nothing but OF plus FB. OF plus FB. Okay, so this line OF plus FB. Okay, then what is OF? So OF is nothing but OA cos 30. Similarly, what is BF? BF is nothing but AB cos 30. If you substitute in this equation, I have shown here. Okay, so see here, OB is nothing but OF plus FB whole square, plus already BC square is there. So what is OF? That is OA cos 30, or 500 into cos 30. Then once again, what is BA? That is what is BF? BF is nothing but, or FB is nothing but AB cos 30. AB cos 30. What is AB? AB is 500 meter. 500 into cos 30 plus what is BC? 500 meter. Okay, clear? So now you can solve. What is cos 30? See here, both the terms are equal. Therefore, you can write as 2 times. Both the terms are equal. Therefore, you can write 2 times 500 into cos 30. What is cos 30? Root 3 by 2. Okay, so once again there is a square. So 2 into 500 into root 3 by 2 whole square plus 500 square. Okay, now you can solve very easily. Okay, so 2 get cancelled. So what you get? 500 square into root 3 square. 500 square into root 3 square, or you can write 500 square into 3 plus 500 square under root. Okay, so under root 500 square into root 3 whole square is 3 only, plus 500 square. In the both the case, 500 squares are common. You can take it out. How you can take? So find under root 500 square into 3 plus 1, that is 4. Okay, so you will get 4. So, or you can write 500 square into 4 as 2 square. Now there is a root. Okay, the root get cancelled with the square. So therefore, you will get 500 into 2, that is 1000 meter. 1000 meter is nothing but 1 kilometer. 1000 meter is nothing but 1 kilometer. That is the answer. That is the displacement. Okay, for the third turn. Clear? Therefore, what is the total path length up to third turn? So what is the total path length? OA is 500 meter, OB is 500 meter, then BC is 500 meter. So total path length is 1500 meter. Okay, clear? So you have to calculate that one like this. Therefore, total path length is 500 plus 500 plus 500, that is 1500 meter, that is 1.5 kilometer. Okay, now you can find you can compare with the displacement with the total path length. When you compare, So what is the displacement? 1 kilometer. What is the path length? 1.5 kilometers. So that is you can write it as 1 by 1.5. 1 by 1.5 as, if you cancel the point means you get 10 by 15. So that is nothing but, if you divide by 5, okay, 5 to the 5 3, that is 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 is nothing but 0.67. That is a ratio. Okay, that is for the third turn. Now what is the second question? We need to find what is the displacement at the sixth turn. See, we have completed what is the displacement at the third turn, and also we compared with the total path length also. Now the second question is for the sixth turn. Now see what is the displacement. What is the sixth turn? See the diagram. First turn is A, second turn is B, third is C, fourth is D, fifth is E, sixth is once again O. Therefore, the initial position was O, the final position is also O. Therefore, the net displacement is 0. Therefore, the displacement is 0. Now, what is the path length? OA, AB, AC, BC, CD, DE, and EO. Okay, each of length 500 meter. That is, how many sides are there? There are 6 sides. So 6 into 500, that is 3000 meter. That is 3 kilometer. So total path length is 3 kilometer. So therefore, for the sixth turn, see the answer here. Motorist will take the sixth turn at O. That is, displacement is 0. And what is the path length? That is 3000 meter. That is 3 kilometer. Okay. Therefore, what is the ratio? What is the displacement? 0. What is the path length? 3. So 0 by 3 is 0. Therefore, when you compare, the ratio of the magnitude of the displacement and path length is 0. Clear? Understood? Now we need to find out for the eighth turn. Okay, what is the total displacement? So once again see the diagram. Eighth turn. Okay, so when he reaches A, it takes first turn. Then this is B, second turn at C, third turn, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. So B is the eighth turn. Okay, then what is the displacement? What is the displacement here? So initial position was 0. Now the final position is B. Therefore, this straight line gives the displacement. Okay, we don't know the length of OB. Okay, as in the case of earlier case, we can split OB as OF plus FB. Okay, we can split like this, OF plus FB. Clear? Understood? So we can split OB, that is OB, as OF plus FB. Okay, so what is OF? Nothing but OA cos 30. Then what is FB? It is nothing but AB cos 30. As I explained in the earlier case. Therefore, the length, since AB and O are same, therefore you can write 2 times. What is the length? 500 into cos 30. That is the magnitude of this displacement OB. Okay, so clear? So therefore, the total magnitude of the displacement, so it is the magnitude of displacement is 2 times the distance, that is 500 into cos 30. What is cos 30? Root 3 by 2. Okay, so you can calculate this. 2 into 500 into cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So 2 get cancelled. So you will get the answer as 500 into root 3. Okay, so you can multiply with 1.714. That is the value of root 3 with 500. So you will get this value. You will get the answer in meter. Okay, so that is 866 something you will get. If you convert it into kilometer means divide by 1000, you will get 0.66 6 kilometer. Okay, what is this? That is a displacement. That is a displacement. Now what is the path length? What is the path length? See the diagram once again. So for the eighth turn, so first turn 500 meter, second turn, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. That means 8 times he travels a 500 meter each. Okay, therefore what is the total path length? That is 4000 meter or 4 kilometer. 4000 meter or 4 kilometer. Now we can you can take the ratio. What is the displacement? 0.866 by what is the total path length? 4 kilometer. Both are in kilometer only. Okay, so what is your answer? So your answer is 0.2165. The question number is 4.11. So one of the interesting questions. So see here, a passenger arriving in a new town wishes to go from a station to hotel located 10 kilometers away from the straight road from the station. A dishonest cabman takes him along a circuitous path 23 kilometers long and reaches the hotel in 28 minutes. What is the first question? The average speed of the taxi. Second one is the magnitude of average velocity. The third question is, are the two equal? So we need to find out this one. So just understand the question. So a passenger arriving at this town A, so his hotel is located at the place, let it be B. Okay, so what is the distance from A to B? That is 10 kilometer from his position to the hotel. But the cabman, okay, a cab driver, taxi driver, what he do? So he takes him not in a straight line. So he takes in this circular path like this, okay, or like this, in a circular path. So what is the distance he covered? He covers 23 kilometer. Okay, to make more charges. Okay, so this is a question. We need to find what is the average speed of the taxi. To find average speed, we need total path length. What is the total path length? A to B is, that is 23 kilometer. 23 kilometer. What is the total time taken? 28 minutes. So using that equation, we can find the average speed. So what is the total path length? 23 kilometer. Then what is the total time taken? 28 minutes. So convert it into hour, just divide by 60, you will get 7 by 5 hour. Now what is average speed? The total path length by total time taken. So when you divide, so 23 by 5 by 15, or you can write like this, 23 by 7 into 15. Okay, so you will get 49.3 kilometer per hour. Okay, so this is the answer for the first question. What is the average speed? The second question is, we need to find the magnitude of the average velocity. Okay, average velocity. To find average velocity, we need the displacement. What is the displacement? That is 10 kilometer. Okay, so that we can use the values here. That is 10 by, what is the time taken? Total time taken is 7 by 15 hour. Okay, we have calculated here the time taken. So just divide, you will get 21.43 kilometer per hour. What is this? Average velocity. So we got answer for average speed and average velocity. So now what is the third question? Are the two equal? Just compare the values. Average speed is 49.3 km per hour, but average velocity is 21.43 km per hour. It is clear that both are not equal. Consider the question number 4.12. Rain is falling vertically with a speed of 30 meter per second. A woman rides a bicycle with a speed of 10 meter per second in the north to south direction. What is the direction in which she should hold her umbrella? Okay. So in order to protect herself from the rain, the woman should hold her umbrella in the direction of relative velocity of rain with respect to woman. That is, the relative velocity of rain with respect to woman is given by VRW equal to, the relative velocity is nothing but VR minus VW. So this is the relative velocity. Okay, this is the equation. So we have to use. So in magnitude, if you want to write, means the VRW must be equal to VR plus minus VW. Okay. So now we need to find these values, and finally we can find the direction. Okay. So just to draw the graph. So this line shows north and south direction. So woman rides her bicycle from north to south direction, okay. So but the rain is falling vertically. Okay, this is VR, this also, both the vectors are VR. This is VR means this also VR. So we need the relative velocity as VRW equal to VR minus VW. So in the graph this vector is VR. We need another vector that is in the opposite direction of the VW. Okay, just draw opposite vector for VW, in the same magnitude, that is minus VW, that is a vector. Okay, so now we got two vectors, VR and VW. Okay, so using parallelogram, draw the parallel vector for the VW. Okay, and similarly draw the parallel vector for VR, then join the intersection, this one intersection, that is the resultant, that is the VRW. Okay, VRW. Now our aim is to find the angle, to what angle she should hold her umbrella. Okay, so if she is riding in the south direction, rain is falling in the vertical direction, then so we need this angle, in what angle she should hold her umbrella. Okay, we need beta. Okay, so in this triangle also we can find the beta. Okay, so what is tan beta? That is, here in this diagram, the opposite side is this length, that is nothing but VW. Then what is the adjacent? That is VR. Okay, so using that equation we can find the angle. So tan beta equal to VW by VR. Tan beta equal to the magnitude, only take the magnitudes, VW by VR. So velocity of the woman is given 10, and velocity of the rain is also given, that is 30. So 10 by 30 is 1 by 3. Okay, that is 0.333. It comes like this. So using Clark's table, you can find the angle for the corresponding angle of tan. Okay, that is tan inverse of this much. Tan inverse of this much is equal to 18 degree 26 minute. The beta is equal to 18 degree 26 minute. Okay, so that the woman has to hold her umbrella 18 degree 26 minute to the vertical, that is beta value. Okay, so that is the answer you have to write finally. So the woman should hold her umbrella to an angle of 18 degree 26 minute with the vertical toward the south. So in this manner she has to holder umbrella. Okay, to with the vertical, that is 18 degree 26 minute towards the south.